now and then, hopefully. Oh, hi everyone! Welcome back to Canberra Survivor Canberra recap, episode 3. Today I know it's a bit of short notice because of a scheduling conflict that we're unaware of. So that's why we decided to do an early, nice surprise for everyone as well. And it is a really exciting episode. 2 boots in 1 episode. How are you, Josh?
I'm good. Just watched Survivor Australia. Blood vs. Water. Good episode.
This is how we dedicated our time. Like we just
just Survivor and then Survivor again, and then probably Survivor stuff afterwards. No, but it's been fun. I like this episode. I actually think we get a little bit more like character development and getting to know most of the Red Tribe finally, which is good. But yeah, I guess we shall discuss and break down what happened.
But I do want to mention, Aston will be joining us later at 10 in like maybe 30 minutes.
About 30 minutes.
Laura has respectively declined for an interview. We wish her all the best, and I hope she had a great time during those few hours playing Survivor Canberra.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we're not going to interview any red person until next week. Or hopefully next week.
maybe next week. Who knows? Who knows when they'll come? Who knows when they'll come on? Yeah. But anyway, I guess we start right at the start of Tribal. Tribal episode. My bad. But yeah, we see Blue Tribe come back from the Tribal Council, and Alex knew that she was going regardless, and she said that. So she's happy she found
the idol.
And she explained where she found it as well, which was good. Good for us viewers as well, because she actually understood when it happened. But yeah.
And it really at that, and then after that, we have really focused on Rose, that she sort of tell the viewer about all her strategy, and I find that's the Rose I know, and she just detail like, okay, that's why I throw one vote on this person, so in case of someone playing an idol, blah blah blah. It's just like that's Rose to the T, like 100%. That's how how good she is, and how also she managed to convince all the guys to vote with her. So really good job on Rose on that.
I must say, like, she's killing it. Like, and the guys know she's killing it, but yet they're still not getting rid of her. I'm still trying to work that out. But yeah, she's flawless at the moment. I can't really say anything that she's done wrong. She's dominating the social chat. She's dominating the strategic chat. Not so much the challenges, but, we know Rose, and we know that she won't dominate at them type of challenges, so that's fine. But she's using what she knows quite well to get forward in the game.
I just really want to mention Alex as well. Apparently, it's like she did address that whole she doesn't want to be here, blah blah blah. I think she just said she's cold. So it's like, is this rumor? Is it true, or what's going on behind the scene? Like we need some clarification.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know. But I think like the narrative of like Alex's story is that she actually just is cold, and people are just using that as an excuse to put her name out there. And like I guess like in a short sort of like, you haven't got long to like make opinions about people, and you haven't got long to like work out social dynamics and stuff like that. So when somebody says something that's like slightly like demoralizing or like slightly like self-defecating, then you will jump at that straight away, and you'll just be like, she doesn't want to be here anymore because she said it was cold, and using that essentially to get yourself forward.
Well, speaking of which, let's go to the Red Tribe. But finally, we have some screen time to Red. What do you think about the Red
Tribe? Look, I like the Red Tribe. There are some characters in there that I really hope we get to see in the next couple episodes. But yeah, I actually am looking forward to seeing Charlene, even though my first My first impressions of Charlene weren't so great. I'm looking forward to actually seeing her play because she seemed really lovely and really bubbly and seems like the type of person I'd probably hang out with outside of like Survivor and everything like that as well. So sorry, Charlene. Yeah.
Hopefully Charlene see this and you guys can mend the fences.
It will mend. I'll bring the glue. We'll mend it. It's fine. But no, we get to see a little bit more. We see our Laura, unfortunately feeling like ill, and stuff like that, and having like just the effects of not eating for so long, and probably not having a coffee, and just like the general morning sort of illness, I guess you sort of get from not eating for so long. But yeah, it does suck. It's good for the players, I guess, because it's so easy to just take someone out. But yeah, I must say though, I wish this happened on our season.
But that's.
I wish we just had someone we could just vote out straight away because they didn't want to be there anymore.
I just I don't know. Like I feel like, do you rather she like force herself to play, or you rather her like quit? Basically, not quit, but like she.
Oh no, she should have forced herself to play for sure. Like
really?
when I look at it, yeah. When I look at it, there were other people that applied probably for that season.
No, you say she should force herself to play, even though.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. I feel like if you sit there and play a game, like if you've applied for the game, you get on, you give your all. Like you don't just give up. And to me, like I just don't like that personally. When especially there was probably other people that applied for the season, that possibly could have played. But yeah, that's just a personal opinion. If she was feeling so unwell that she couldn't participate in anything else, I understand that. Then you should go. But if it was just like more of a, I'm not feeling this type of vibe, then I don't agree. Personally.
Yeah, I think the only thing is like, because we are so focused on like who's the first one go, who's the second boot, I think it's sort of like you mix people up, but like, oh, like, the previous one could have stayed if, she volunteered to go instead.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it's really, for me, it's just like, oh, like, I just feel so bad for the first boot because like, oh, she could have stayed longer if, but.
Like we could have Janine longer.
Yeah. I was like, oh, there's.
Yeah, man. That's how I look at it. I'm just like, well, if you weren't feeling like okay on the day, just say you're not feeling okay on the day. Let somebody else play. That's probably there to even help crew, or just I don't know. Think about others. In my head, that's what I would do. Like if I was like feeling sick and stuff, I'd be like, I'm not playing. I'm gonna let somebody else jump in. But we don't know. We don't know everything. We don't know what happened. We don't know anything. Just going off based off what we've seen. However, it did lead to some funny moments at Red.
Yeah, it does. Can we talk about it later? But we're gonna jump in. Is there anything before we jump into the challenges? Because I feel like that's it.
Not really. The challenge, I guess.
Yeah, the challenge. It
was okay.
It was okay. Yeah.
I feel like Canberra Survivor was just essentially just starting, and they're gonna jump up and get like big with their challenges and stuff like that further in the future. But yeah,
can I just Charlene and Alex killing it, and do you know what they do is different. They like Charlene basically put the hoop in front of Alex, so I noticed people like throw it, and then like some other people have to jump. Like I maybe it's like better if you just line perfectly and then you just like bam 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 instead of you throw it and then that person jump. It takes a bit of time to jump in the correct spot, and then you have to.
Yeah, like we also seen obviously this challenge was sort of designed for like a 7-7 sort of split. It would have been interesting to see if Brennan and Ash won because they were in the same tribe.
Oh yeah, true. Oh yeah, it worked out perfectly at the end.
Yeah. So like that it was 8 versus 6, but like 2 people had to be on the same tribe that had to join together. I wonder if they even thought about like having 2 people set out of the challenge and only have 6 teams participate.
Maybe they don't really care who wins. Like that makes more even interesting if two people in the same tribe immune. I guess.
Yeah. It would have been interesting if it was two people from the blue tribe, because the red tribe had somebody that was essentially just going home anyway. But yeah, it would have been interesting to see like Rose and Alex win, or it would have made the 4 boys sort of split up. But they're all hypotheticals, and we can see.
I wonder how this split happens. Is that do they draw rocks or?
There you go. Aston has just announced what happened.
Okay, yeah, they did a
draft. So like one person would pick each other. Like,
how do you do the draft?
Yeah, it'd be good if like we had like.
But we can ask that.
Yeah. Oh, Blue chose first.
Aston, we can ask you later.
Yeah, because actually, to be honest, like that sort of stuff would have been cool to see on camera as well.
Probably boring.
No, not really. I think like it would have like shown like dynamics between the tribes and seen who people thought were the weaker ones and all that stuff. It's possibly that too. But yeah, it actually would have been like interesting to see that, to see like people being like chosen and somebody being like the last picked. It always plays like a psychological sort of like toll on some people when they're last picked in like school events and stuff like that. But yeah, the challenge was okay. I probably would have amped it up probably with like a 3-part. Like if I was to do it, I probably would have done like a 3-part challenge with teams. So like have that first part and then have like a second part, which is like a puzzle or like a throwing challenge with the 2 people, and then have like a puzzle at the end, and just have it continuing on to the end. I think that could have like amped it up a little bit more.
I feel like they could have done like first one would be like the three-legged race, like tie together, they have to run, and then the second one can be the hula hoop, and then the third one can be like a puzzle or something, like maybe to change it up instead of having rerun the same thing over and over again. Because once you nail that strategy, you basically gonna like get through it. We'd like to see some sabotage from other people. You can sabotage.
I like the idea of like bringing like, especially like individual immunity challenges as well, where there's like some type of like sabotage element where you can like hinder your opponent, because then it will show like who's trying to pick on who, or for example,
Yeah, I would have gone and pick someone else hula hoop and throw it away.
Just devious stuff like that, like things you'd probably get voted out for later, but funny, funny at the time. There's things like I would change, but like there's things probably like Dan and Olivia would look back at and be like, yeah, let's change this, But like that happens with every single season, and like it's all stepping stones, and eventually you get to greatness, which we will see. I'm assuming, like, to be honest though, this cast has been amazing. The right cast, the cast like we've had in this season have been great. I can't really fault any of them.
There's a few stand out, but
everyone. No, I like them. I like them all. So, obviously, when somebody quits, not so much. But other than that, like everyone else, I've really enjoyed so far. So.
Okay, then we go back to Red. Alex and Charlene win the challenge. I think it's that. Yeah.
I was not expecting that at the start of the challenge. I'm like, oh yeah, they're gonna lose. And and then they won. I really thought Keegan and Aston. Was it Keegan and Aston or Keegan and Brad?
Keegan and Aston, yeah.
Yeah, I really thought they were gonna.
No, because they're always behind. Alex and Charlene were always the first. So like.
Yeah,
I was like,
I didn't expect it.
And kind of see how everyone do it, and then they're the one who's like right in front. And well, I saw like Aston throwing it, but Aston trying to throw the challenge as well. So, it kind of backfired on him. But so
not throwing the challenge and getting voted out. Not that. That must have been.
You know what I was thinking? Like they could have done this in heats. Maybe like 3 people, like 3 pairs done it instead of like everyone do it at the same time. Because it got quite confusing. Like I can't keep track of anyone, but like if they done it in heats, it would work well better to sort of present it in to the viewers. But I do like the the crayon that they like a subtitle
Oh, the
thing.
text.
just, like,
Yeah, the
they-
text. How they had the
yeah.
I
That really,
really appreciate. Yeah, that was
yeah,
good editing. I must say that was
yeah.
good. But I just really want to talk about the Kumbaya moment at
No,
Red
I was
Tribe.
yeah, okay. So we went back, and then Laura was like, "Okay, I want to go
This
home
editing
from
was
now."
amazing. I love this
And
editing
then
so much.
they do this. I want to show. They do this like yoga, like namaste. And then we saw Ash at the back, which is like,
She's just laying down.
yeah, she's
So
just
I'm
laying
not.
down.
I'm not in for this Kumbaya moment. You know.
But I'm really happy everyone did it. But we see some dynamics. We see Ben, Ash, and
Ben, Ash, and Isaac.
Oh, Isaac and Charlene. Oh
Yeah,
wait,
and
Charlene?
Charlene. Yeah, the four of them seem to be like pretty tight. Which does concern me though. Because we do have Keegan, Carlene, and Brendan sort of on the outs. Moving forward in this tribe, by the way the edit's going anyway. But I love them three. I really want to see them three go further. Like, they've been sort of standout characters for me in that tribe. Keegan's always been devious, and I like watching Keegan play. And it's good to see Brendan play finally. After all these years in the Survivor community, he's finally had a chance to play.
It's only a year. What are you talking about?
He's been here longer than that.
2019.
2019, yeah, 3 years, mate.
No, this is filmed last year.
Yeah, 2 years then. Still, I'm still glad that I've been able to see him play.
Okay. You're saying that he's waiting for like 5-10 years?
No. But there have been some people like in the community.
Yeah, a lot more
that haven't had
people
a
are
chance to
waiting
play.
a longer time
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah, but I'm just glad to see like people I know. You know, it's good.
But Ash's throw Hopple's name out. I think she wants to target him. Did she? I think she mentioned that. I think.
Oh, there was some mention of Brendan's name.
She's like, I want Hopple
from
go.
Ash. Yeah, as long as it's not me, but Brendan Hopkins seems to be in trouble. Was what she was saying. But I don't know. I reckon it'll be a swap next after that double vote out for sure. There'll be a tribe swap for sure because they're at 14 now.
Yeah.
14?
Yeah, 14.
12. No, 12. 5 and 7. 12.
Yeah, sorry, 12.
Yeah, so they'll swap now. They'll probably swap next episode, then have 2 episodes and merge. Merge at 10. 7 jury. 3 final. 3.
Yeah, it's kind of the same format, I guess. It's like everyone's doing it. So we are doing
Yeah,
it.
everyone seems to be doing
It's
so.
kind of like a perfect number. It's like a perfect number. Like, you can't screw this up.
Yeah, and it's just something. Yeah, but I like actually seeing a tribe being forced to go to tribal. Like as much as it's like an annoying twist, I do like seeing everyone attend tribal before they go to merge, because you can actually see dynamics in how they play, and all that stuff. And they won't get underedited either. You actually get to see the best people. Because if you don't go to tribal before merge, you ain't getting in edit. Like, it's not.
Well,
it's hard to edit.
You don't need to throw challenges. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
If you're in a good spot, throw one. Like, before the merge, just throw one.
Yeah.
Get some screen time in.
Yeah, get your screen time.
Well,
just do stupid stuff. Get yourself
I wouldn't because unless you're like really sure, don't throw it. But if you're really, really sure, then maybe think about it.
Yeah. And why not? You know, like, why not spice things up? Like, if it's not gonna affect you in the long run, and you know that, spice it up.
And you have like someone you don't want to be in the merge, then that's a kind of a good spot.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
It's based on, the situation. So I'm not saying that everyone should throw, but I'm just saying if
everyone should throw challenges. I want to see challenges last. I want to see challenges last for 10 hours. I want to see nobody winning these challenges. I just want to see absolute mess. And to be honest, this season is sort of giving me Gabon.
Yeah, it is. It's really frantic.
It really is. I love it so much.
Especially the blue. I'm sorry, the blue is just a hot mess.
Yeah, but that's good though. Like, it's like we're not
bad.
going into every tribal council would be going into like what's actually going to happen.
And can we just talk
good.
about the editing That was so funny. I really enjoyed it. Kudos to Dan. That was amazing. That whole kumbaya, and then you have like the heavy metal stuff going on in the Blue Tribe, like running and then talking and then go switch back and forth. It was amazing. I love it. That is genius.
It's what we needed, to be honest. Like, I've been like living for like a stupid moment like that for the longest time in like a live reality game, and seeing that is just it made it so much better. Like, it made me like engage with the episode a lot. Stand out for me.
Yeah,
for sure.
Definitely one of us.
Even though there wasn't much gameplay from the Red Tribe, they still provided us with entertainment
quality. Yeah, I love it so much. Okay, then I think that's it for Red. I'm sorry, but I think that's it for what I want to understand about what's going on. Unfortunately,
pretty much.
Blue Tribe is far more interesting.
Yes. So clearly, at the start of the episode, actually, I'm gonna rewind a sec. Alex and Rose talk about getting out a guy.
Yes,
because the girls have been going like 1 and 2, and clearly we do not want to see another woman go. I am all for the women staying. So yeah, it is about time a guy went. So I'm on board with that plan. But yeah, we get to that point. Rose starts talking. She talks to Jeremy and Brad, who I must give props to. I give like huge props to Jeremy for not being like bitter and salty about the first vote and potentially being voted out. Like, if you go into a game like this and you become bitter and salty about like somebody voting you, and that's your whole plan is to get them out because they voted you.
Yeah. I don't play
that. No, it just ends up horrible for you. It's just like, you voted me. I'm so pissed off. Like, it gets to the point of like, you're going to get voted out again because you're not changing your game.
A friend is always better than an enemy. So like,
exactly.
Just let bygones be bygones. Like, if because I don't think Rose is actively bringing on Jeremy again or over again, then I'll be like, oh, like I don't want to work with you. I don't think she was targeting Janine last tribal, so that's good for Jeremy too, because she's not technically coming for me. There's also the vibe as well. Like, if you get vibe from other people that they don't want to work with you, that obviously you wouldn't want to work with them anymore. But I feel like Rose had that reach out for the Olive Ranch and then keep him in the loop. So I feel like makes him feel secure and willing to work with Rose for this.
And I must give props to Rose again as well for last episode throwing out the seed of Aston being in the leader. Yeah. Because then you see Brad and Jeremy talk about Aston actually like leading the tribe. And she's put it in their head that he is. To be honest, he was. But at least she's got that in their head now. So being really manipulative without them actually picking up on it. And like, she's just phenomenal. She's so good. I hate her because she's so good, but yeah, she's so good.
She did plant the seeds, but I also think like Aston's really like in your face sort of leader taking charge. That's why like Brad and Jeremy kind of feel, especially Brad as well, feel that, because we talked about this last episode, but like I think Aston picked too early. He needs to like maybe hide in the shadow a little bit and pick when he needs to. But he's been like the force in the last 2 episodes. Which kind of
he tried to take control of both votes, and then when you take control of both votes, you become the target. Where he should have stood back from that first vote after he did what he did, which he did phenomenally, mind you. Like, I can't fault him for his first episode. But then when he stood up again for the second episode, that's when I think Brad and then Jeremy also took note of what Rose said and realized that that was actually happening. But yeah, we also see Rose talk about her just calling out Janine in front of everyone. She talks about that a little bit as well in this episode, and how that actually and how it saved herself. And like, to be honest, it did. So props. Like, you can't. She's been flawless, absolutely flawless, and very hard to get rid of. She hasn't even got a vote yet, I believe.
No connections. No. I think she did. Didn't she? Oh, she got 2 last time.
She got
Alex
2
and
last.
yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah, that's
also
right.
Rose reaching out to Alex, be like,
Yes.
let's work together. That's how everyone should play. Like, don't hold grudges unless
Yeah.
you already have bad blood. I'm just saying, like, obviously, if the vibe is off, then it's off. But if the vibe is okay, then work together.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know why I'm like praising her so much, but like I can't fault her. So you have to give her props. You can't not. Yeah.
Also, I want to make props to Brad and Jeremy when with Rose. That's a good choice. Is it a?
It's bad for my viewing pleasure because I really like watching Aston play, but from a gameplay sense, they played it really well.
I feel like both Aston and Rose is a big threat for them anyway, but it's just down to who they think they can work better in the future. Especially,
but surely people are going to start noticing Brad as a huge threat soon, for sure. Surely,
I don't think so.
I don't know. Whenever I see a Tommy Hilfiger jacket, I just see like leader, and to me, like I'm just like get rid of that person.
No, but I feel like he's like a quiet guy that no one's gonna be like noticing.
Yeah, but he becomes like with his talks with Rose, though, and this is what I think will happen. Rose is going to notice he's actually like really clued on, really switched on, and then she might use him for a while, because how I've seen Rose play in the past is she usually has a person she'll attach to, and then eventually cut them later.
Well, the same goes with Brad, that he might do the same thing with Rose.
Same with Rose.
But we all know how good Rose is, so like it's just matter of time who cuts her at the end. So
I can't wait to be on. I don't see them both making the end and both being like together the whole time. I see them two absolutely just being ruthless and cutting one at the one point, which I can't wait to see if I'm correct, which would be amazing. But yeah, we see Aston. Aston's still throwing Rose's name around.
He needs to because he's the biggest target. He's the biggest target, and he's
I'm
not
just surprised though. Yeah, I'm just surprised though. Like, I want to talk when we talk to him in a minute. Actually, I want to ask and see if he had any other ideas for anybody else to be voted for that round, and throw out any ideas, because if you look at it, Rose knows one name, or Rose knows both names. She knows her name and Aston's name, but who does Aston know? Like, when you go into a vote, you should at least know 2 names, right?
Probably Dom, because Dom or Jeremy, I feel like.
Yeah, so I wonder who they've spoken about, because we don't see that. So I want to talk to Aston about that.
Can we also talk about? I want to mention. Always want to mention Dom. He had that confessions like, okay, we had crazy 2 travels. This is gonna be easy. Nothing's no crazy business, and then he got blindsided.
Yeah, poor Dom. From my first perceptions of him to him now being blindsided in like the 4th tribal council or whatever. I feel sorry for him. I feel like he's got a really hard road to get up to. Like, he's not gonna make it to the top of the mountain, you know?
Deserve what?
Oh, he did deserve the blind side.
Oh, he did. No, but is Dom deserve the blind side then? Why is Dom not included in the conversation?
Yeah, that's one thing I want to know. When we talk to maybe Dom or one of the other people that were in the blind side, because this was the biggest blind side of the season so far.
Yeah, there's 4 people in the because Jeremy, Alex, Rose, and Brad. And why is Dom excluded from that? Did he have the fortune to know about this, or is he too close with Aston? That's probably why. I guess it's time to bring up Aston.
I just want to say one more thing. I just want to bring up the fact that we had Ben retrieve his idol at Tribal Council.
Oh, yes. Oh, sorry, I completely forgot about the Red Tribe. Oh, can we, before we bring Aston, can we also talk about that weird the 2 votes?
Yeah. What happened? What happened?
Maybe the edit will explain better, but everyone's focusing on voting off Laura. And then Laura voted for Keegan. Okay, that's fine. That's you have to vote for anyone else. And then Ben switches the vote, like crossed out and wrote Keegan.
Yeah.
don't know why. I read Charlene said it's like they have a reason to do it, and then
Yeah,
Isaac
better Ash, who they're in the same alliance, mind you. So I'm so confused about that.
I'm confused as well. What? So I want to know the logic. Please explain to us next week if the edit on the show. I want to ask them. Hopefully, I will remember to ask them.
Yeah, like when it happened, I'm just like, what?
Like, yeah, I was like, oh, Megan
I was so shocked. Yeah,
I mean, it's a good time to do it. So, like, yeah,
I would have blindsided Keegan then for sure. Like, if there was a plan to do it, if there's a plan to do it, I would have done it straight away.
Oh, how would you
know? Unless they've watched all the episodes already.
Oh, okay, probably.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll bring him in, I guess.
No, wait, hang on. I just want to mention, I don't really like that idea. I know there's a reason behind it, but I just feel like if they know a swap's coming, there's no reason to throw someone feeling so insecure to, You
gotta remember though, a bunch of these players, I highly doubt Ben was just doing it for a lol, I think, to be honest with you. But I feel Isaac doesn't know Survivor, right?
But what can any reason? What's the reason you think they do that? Can you think of it?
Don't know.
That's the thing. Like, I struggle. Like, is that something like they?
I don't know. Like, to be honest, I would probably do it just to throw a name out there. Yeah, I would probably do it just to throw a name out there, just so that name is out there for next time.
But you have to deal with the repercussion of who voted.
Yeah, but nobody knows that. Nobody knows that. No,
people will figure it out. People will figure it out.
No, I voted for Laura too.
Sometimes people figure it out. People talk.
Yeah, people will talk. But like, if everyone says they voted for Laura and everyone is saying it, nobody's gonna own up to it. So you can't really ever work it out.
No, but it's really hard because like I have that same situation as well. So like it did go out. I did tell people, obviously. I did tell my closest alliance, but obviously.
Oh no, I don't tell anyone ever.
So like if you want to do that, don't tell anyone. And it's such a strange thing that two persons decided to do it at the same time. So I'm wondering what's going on. That's it.
We'll find out.
Yes, we'll find out next week. Join me next week at Friday, 8:00.
Friday, 8:00.
Okay, let's bring in Asin. Do you have Asin to send him the link that I told you?
Yeah, I've sent the link.
Asin, can you just click yes?
Click join.
Click join.
Yeah. There we go. Hey, buddy.
What's going on?
Asin,
not much.
Yes. Oh, you have something playing in the background. You can hear it.
Yeah. What's going on?
Not much.
I think I fixed it.
Yeah, sweet. All right. Are we all good?
Yeah.
Okay. So, some people call you Aston. Some people call you Ashton. A lot of people butcher your name.
Yeah,
it is Aston.
Yeah, it's horrible. Aston, yeah. It's all right.
It happens, especially with like a short game as well. So, welcome, I guess, to the podcast. We're gonna just discuss your game and how well you played and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, first episode, we see you take control essentially of the whole game, which is really good to see. And you take out Emily. You want to run us through on how that went down on your end?
Pretty much. So I knew that Emily and Keegan were brother and sister, and I really wanted to cut all of Keegan's options off that he could potentially work with in the future, because I wanted to eventually work with him when it was possible. So Emily just made sense, and then when I pitched that to Rose, like I was like, "Oh, what about Emily? We could take out Emily here." She was very, "Oh, I reckon I can bring her in. Like, I reckon I've got her on side already." And then that just like, because I didn't actually know anyone on the cast. Like I knew Isaac on the other tribe, but like everyone else there, completely new faces. Right?
Yeah.
So any connections, I had to like, cut them off so that, because I felt like if I didn't, I was going to run myself into a corner, and then they were just going to vote me out, and I didn't want to wait to get voted out. I wanted to, force them to make a decision to vote me out rather than just like run out of options.
How did like not knowing like, because clearly you've watched like Backyard and Melbourne and stuff like that before you played. I'm assuming you did anyway. But
yeah, I've watched them.
Yeah. So how did you like going into the game and then realizing that, hang on, I've seen these people before? And
so
that would have been weird, yeah. Like,
so I actually got there to the day. I think I was the first person there. So like when we all arrived, everyone kind of like sat in a circle, or like not sat, but we all stood in a big circle where everyone was kind of just like eyeing each other off. No one was saying too much, you know what I mean? Like everyone was keeping their cards really close. But Emily and Keegan were the first people to rock up. And I was like, initially I thought, oh, Emily's there. I was like, she must be on crew. And I didn't actually recognize Keegan because he shaved his beard. So I didn't know it was him. I was like, oh, this is just some bloke. Like, but Emily, like, I'd watched Melbourne Survivor, and like her game is very under the radar, and people don't realize how good she really is at the game. So I didn't want her to like kind of slide under. So she was always going to like, she was always a big like target in my mind.
Yeah, something I've noticed with Emily, like, well, because I didn't get to play with her, but when she did play Melbourne, she deserved votes in my eyes. Like, especially watching her back as well. Like, she definitely is a big threat, and to be honest, you got rid of one of the biggest threats to start off with. So,
yeah, I just thought I had to do it, honestly.
Yeah, that's fair.
Aston, do you feel like you have a ton of vision that you want to work with Keegan? That's why you vote Emily out?
No, so I was actually, when they brought up Jeremy, I was actually okay with that. Like I was like, whatever, I'll do whatever. Really, I was gonna play it. I was gonna play it slow initially, but then I went for a confessional and I was like talking about it to the producer, and I was just like, you know what, I think I can. I was like, I'm just gonna just try something here. I'm just gonna see what I can do. And I'm going to try and make a move right away, straight from the go. So that's why I like went straight to Jeremy, and I just told him like, this is what's happening. They're coming for you. Who can we get to get some votes together? And I would have went for Rose, but Dom and Brad, who were like, we had that little 4-person chat. I didn't think they would go for Rose on late notice. But Emily, who they both hadn't really talked to, plus with the information about Keegan, I think it clicked them that, okay, yeah, so I think we should take her out too. So it was just easier to paint a target on Emily at that point.
Was rushing into the game, like, so for example, you got there at like 7 a.m. or whatever.
Yeah.
And you pretty much started straight away. Was like rushing...
I think I got there like 6 a.m. like early.
Yeah, okay.
And we waited. We probably waited till like 7:30, but it was all very, no one wanted to say anything to each other. Like very basic. Like the people that were talking loud, you could tell that everyone was watching them really closely.
Yeah.
And like no one wanted to give too much away at the beginning. So it was very slow. We just all stood around for ages, just like watching each other. We didn't really get much time to like really bond.
Yeah. Do you think like that played a big toll in it as well? Like, especially going throughout the game, like having no time to like to discuss and like talk to each other and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely would have like probably been a benefit if we had some time, some non-game time to like slow things down, talk to each other. But at the time, I was like gung ho. I was ready to go. Like I didn't want to sit around chatting shit. Because everyone's like kind of pretending to get to know each other.
Yeah.
And
everyone's
like,
just sussing everyone out. That type of thing. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, on the Blue Tribe, we didn't really get any time to just like chat. Like it was once that first challenge failed.
Yeah.
We never stopped going. It was like chaos all the time. Like everyone's trying to, and I had some smart people over there with me.
Oh yeah. That tribe is one of the messiest tribes I've seen on any sort of live reality game.
I'm proud of that.
It's so good. It's so good to watch.
So besides Emily, do you notice the relationship between other people? Like Rosemary knows Keegan, Rosemary knows
Yeah. I knew that
Emily.
I knew that I saw a few connections. Like obviously Rosemary. It was actually pretty funny. Like a year before it started, when Daniel first like pitched that he was going to run it, Liz was like, "Oh, Rosemary and Aston, you have to team together." And like I was like, you know what? I thought about it, but then I was like, she's going to be like, you already know that she's going to be so good.
Yeah.
And then you see her going, and it's like, holy shit! Like she can lie so easily, and like I think I had problems with that. Seriously, like you think you can go in there and just like lie to people's face and tell people one thing and do the other, but it was hard for me. Like it's hard for me to fake what I'm gonna do to someone. Well, like first time doing it, like I was like, yeah, it's like daunting. Like you think, oh, they've got me here. They're gonna catch me out on this lie. And Rose called me out instantly on that Emily vote. She's like, you didn't tell me on the vote. And I was like, that was Janine's plan. Like Janine is the one that said her name. And she like from that point on, I knew that Rosemary was not going to work with me.
Aston, can I just ask you, like, when do you think it's go wrong? Like, when do you see like people targeting you, like seeing you as a threat? When do you start noticing that?
So on my vote, I definitely knew. I didn't know, but I assumed that I was probably going to get some votes.
Mm-hmm.
Rosemary had to be saying someone's name, and it's got to be me. So, but I didn't think. So I thought I had Jeremy locked. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I underestimated how much Jeremy actually knew about the game. I actually thought he was pretty like he was pretty like just there for the fun and like didn't actually watch much Survivor.
Casuals, yeah. Okay.
So I thought like and he asked a lot of questions. Like he asked a lot of Survivor-based questions that he knew that threw me off. That made me think, okay, this guy won't like. So I thought I had him locked in the bag. I didn't think he would make a move like that where he would just like cut me, even though I saved him, which was a smart move from him. But I didn't actually think he would pull it off.
Did you expect him to actually work with Rose after the first vote? Or did you?
Yeah. I thought that was my in. Like the reason why I pitched Alex was because I wanted Rose to think I'm not coming for you here.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not actually coming for you, Rose. Like we can work together, and that's what. And like when she talked to Jeremy, I knew that Jeremy could have her there as like he could definitely keep her on side with him.
Yeah.
And I thought if I can sway Jeremy, then I could potentially sway Rose because Rose was on her own at that point.
Yeah, that's fair. Speaking about Rose, I guess the second tribal council you went to, and she was the name as the backup plan. Do you know where that went wrong?
Yeah,
for
honestly,
you anyway.
it was literally Rose's last minute. You know, I mean, I don't know what Jeremy or Brad was thinking. I don't know if Jeremy at this point is like, yeah, I can work with Rose. You know, and like now he's fully on board with Rose at this point, and that would make sense. But yeah, her last minute, like even when she is talking to me saying Janine, yeah, it's Janine. I'm not so sure that I want to vote for Janine here. Like she was, I actually trusted Janine, but yeah, when I saw everyone else's like face, I was like, I don't know if I can swing this here. Like if I vote down Janine, if I vote down Rose here, then she's gonna know that it is war between me and Rose. And then I've just wasted the vote basically. So I just thought I'm just gonna have to cut my losses here with Janine, which I'm not like too bad about because you could see Brad was trying to swing her in that episode too, onto her side. But yeah, honestly, Janine's mad. So
I like Janine. She was great.
Yeah, we love Janine. Do you regret that you didn't push for Rose? Because like, if you actually put, she did actually go on that tribal. Like, I think you wouldn't be such a big target because
I think yeah, that is a big mistake of mine not going for Rose in the second one. I definitely should have like that. I think that would have changed my game a little bit more. Brad would have less options to swing.
Yeah.
Especially because Alex was pretty set on Brad. Like Alex, yeah, you can see a little snippet in number 3 where she, when Rose pitches me, Alex pitches Brad. She says, "Why not Brad?"
People are noticing Brad already. Okay, that's interesting.
Well, it's kind of like the obvious. It's like kind of like the opposite. So, Jeremy, Brad, and Rosemary went off for a talk, and me, Dom, and Alex stayed at the beach.
Yeah.
And Alex is like, "Why don't we go for Brad here?" And me and Dom both looked at each other and were like, that actually makes a lot of sense. No one has been talking about Brad this whole time. Brad has just been so quiet. He's just sitting behind, and we were all like, he is really just sitting there. But I wasn't ready to take that move. I don't think Dom was ready to take that move. And Brad basically beat me to the punch. So
yeah,
I think honestly he's a smart guy. Like he played it so well. You can tell he was smart.
He took the swing before.
Yeah,
could essentially. Yeah.
Aston, can I also ask that question? Because you mentioned Alex wants to get voted out in that second travel. Can you? And then on this episode, she's like, "Oh, I just said I'm cold." Like, can you explain what actually happens on that situation?
I didn't think so. She after the first vote when we voted off Emily, she kind of said, like, "This sucks." Like she was mentioning like the whole voting someone out was kind of like it's not easy for her. Like it wasn't like especially a girl. I think it wasn't easy for her to like take another girl out. So I was just like like it's just easy like little. It wasn't like that she was cold or she's competitive as fuck. So like she was ready for all the challenges and all that stuff, but it was more just the voting and the strategy aspect. It was very, very new to her, and I don't think she really liked, the whole talking behind each other's back kind of deal. It's very
not her.
Yeah.
But you surprised that she found an idol?
Oh, I mean, we talked about it so much, but we were like, no one went with her. She was by herself for so long. It was like, why didn't anyone watch her? Why did we all stay at the beach and let her? She's like, I'm gonna go get some water, and no one went with it, and it was like,
I think everyone was scared to leave the group.
Yeah, I think so.
And especially Alex is not a super fan. She probably doesn't know how to find an idol, that kind of stuff. People that's an educated guess, So I don't blame you guys there. Like
everyone's sitting there just like, oh, I don't want to leave the group, but she might find an idol. And everyone's just stuck in this like sort of like, I don't know what to do here.
Though. I loved it. Like it was so good that she'd found it. I definitely underestimated Alex. Definitely.
She didn't play it perfectly. She could have done a big blindside there, but
she could have. Yeah, she could have just not told anybody about her. But we talking to Janine last week. Janine was pretty sure she didn't know that she had to wait until after the votes had been done. Yeah, she didn't know. Which would have been like it's still interesting anyway because she did somehow save Rose at that instant because Rose probably still would have been voted out at that point.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, I mean,
I think I wasn't actually that fussed about it finding an idol because I thought, that Rose was going to catch the votes anyway. Mm-hmm. It was like either Alex or Rose. So I wasn't actually, but it was, when she found it, it was like that last minute scramble from Rose did so much.
Yeah. Was it so into the third vote again? You didn't know any other name that did Rose tell you another name?
Which one?
In the third vote. In your vote out. Okay, was there another?
Yeah.
What's the second name?
Me, Brad, Dom, and Rosemary came back together for the first four, and we said Jeremy, right? But I was always kind of like, I don't. It seemed pretty obvious that it was me versus Rose at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the only real option would have been to try to run for Alex's plan of going for Brad. I think that was the only option at that. It was either Brad, me, or Rose. But me and Rose were the ones going to get in the votes.
Did you were you surprised that Dom didn't know anything about it at all?
Yeah.
When I was eliminated, I thought the votes were Brad, Alex, Rose, and Dom. I thought Dom definitely voted for me.
Oh, okay.
Dom was always kind of like a wild card. You didn't really know what to get from Dom. He was.
Yeah, that is true.
But honestly,
he's a bit of a character.
During the game, he was not the same player as what you see in the confessionals.
Okay.
He definitely plays it down. He's very quiet in tribe dynamics. He has a funny joke here and there, but it's not so OTT as the
confessional.
Yeah, confessionals are so.
That's a Dom we know.
The Dom we know is the quiet Dom, and then the confessional Dom that I know is not Dom.
Yeah.
Were you surprised, from the edit? Are you surprised of any concessions from the editing? I didn't know this happened, or I didn't know they are playing that well.
So far, not really. So far,
Mm.
I've had the chance to talk to Brad, and he explained that he pitched to Janine. So I've heard about it. But yeah, all the information so far on the Blue Tribe, I've been I kind of knew that was what was happening.
Okay, that's right then.
Is there anyone from the other tribe apart from Keegan that you want to work with?
Oh, definitely Isaac.
Oh, because
Isaac's Isaac's like a close mate of mine in real life. So we both kind of just but no one knew that we knew each other.
Yeah.
I kind of made it when he first arrived, I kind of tried to make a show of me going up and introducing myself to him, and
does he know the game?
One knew. Clueless.
Okay.
He's watched one season. To Love Australia All Stars.
Oh, so not a good season.
So he loves David. David's his hero, but outside of that, it's very new to him. especially the whole like strategy aspect of it. Like it's he knows what's going on, but
Yeah, he can understand it. He just
yeah, but it's not like
Do you have any ideal final three that have you thought about the final three? Like, what's your good combination?
Yeah, so
obviously don't
I
tell
like.
us.
Yeah, I won't give you
spoilers.
no.
Yeah, no spoilers.
At that point.
At the point of you being eliminated, what was your ideal final three?
So obviously, I would have wanted Isaac in the final with me.
Yeah.
Because like I love him, but he's definitely not going to be able to articulate his final jury speech.
Mm-hmm.
And I really liked Hoppo from the middle circle, but I could tell that he was kind of like a sneaky player, and other people would probably see him as a sneaky player, and I just think that would be probably my ideal final three.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think we have anything else to say.
No, but would you play other version of Survivor like Backyard or Melbourne?
So I definitely would, but I'd have to find myself in like I moved to Brisbane now, so I'm living in I'm living in Brisbane now. Hence the crazy time. I'm like an hour.
Oh yeah.
I'm an hour before you guys.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, so do we interrupt your Survivor?
Oh, I'll just watch it later. It's all good.
All right. Sorry.
No, that's all right.
Keegan has the one question. What you didn't want to go up against the best in the final Trouble Showdown?
Oh, he's talking about himself.
Definitely Keegan. No one's going to the final with Keegan. No one. It's never going to happen.
Poor Keegan. He's always seen as a threat because of his height.
Oh, his accountability is crazy.
Canberra Survivor All Stars.
Yeah, well, I'm waiting for Canberra versus Melbourne versus Backyard, or 3-tribe split with Keegan.
Yeah, yeah.
Keegan will be like the floater.
Keegan Keegan can be the host. We'll have Keegan the host.
Yeah, that actually makes sense.
Yeah, and then he can choose who he wants from each season. Yeah. That'd be great. That
would be good.
But yeah, I just want to say thank you for coming. You're amazing, by the way. You played so great. I didn't expect it, to be honest. Out of like the interviews, I'm like, you probably won't go far.
That's much.
Yeah, that's sort of true. But I did expect you to play so well, and be like a massive threat. So it was a good surprise for me.
Yeah, I just I thought people would see me as like, this guy isn't quite what you look at when you see, a Survivor fan, and I'm not like I'm very new to Survivor.
Yeah,
but it's just like, I just wanted to have fun, really. Like I just wanted to have a good time, try to do stuff, and I didn't want to sit around. It's not like it's just.
Yeah, you don't get screen time, man. You want to get screen time. At the end of the day, if you want screen time, do something. Make it interesting.
Yeah, you got to play.
Did you have fun?
Oh, it was great.
That's the only thing that matters.
Yeah. Fun at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Exactly.
Yeah, it was awesome. Loved it.
All right. Well, we might let you go. We have to do our Kiss, Marry, Kill. And then we're all good to finish up with this podcast. But thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Catch you later.
See ya.
All right. Okay. That
was some really good intel, actually. That was some really good intel from what happened with them votes. Because now I am fully caught up with everything, which was good.
Yeah. Okay, let's do the Kiss, Marry, Kill thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you go first.
Okay, marry or kiss?
Choose one.
Okay, I'll marry Rose again.
Okay, yeah.
She's playing better than what I thought she would. I knew she'd play great, but phenomenal. Crazy. Super knows exactly what's happening when she shouldn't know what's happening. When she's on the bottom, she still knows everything. Is she on the bottom? That's what I don't know now. I don't know if she's on the bottom at all. Was she on the top the whole
I don't think
time?
she's not after this. Not.
Yeah,
she's not.
it's crazy. Like, I just don't understand how she's doing it. It's scripted. I call it. It's scripted. It's the only thing that makes sense in my mind.
I would kiss Rose because what she did, she had this.
You're kissing Rose, not marrying Rose.
No.
Okay.
I'm still marrying Brad because that was a good move from his part as well. So I'm just sticking when I win a pick. But until someone really does something to knock him down, I feel like there's some good moves coming. Someone's gonna make their game to be like more in the longevity sort of. So I'm just waiting that person to show up. Not yet, because I was hoping someone in Red would do that. We haven't seen Red that much, even with this tribal, not so much. So, for now, Brad and kiss Rose.
Okay, I'm going to kiss Jeremy this episode.
Mm-hmm.
I fully respect him not getting emotional and actually siding with Rose on a vote, and actually not being affected by what happened in the first tribal council with him nearly being sent home, and actually like working with someone who wanted him gone. That is a big step to do in Survivor. But yeah, I give full props to him for that. Look, Dom, you really haven't done anything, mate. I'm sorry. You've been entertainment. That's good.
Okay, Kill. I want to just go for the right tribe. I don't understand it. Hopefully, I will understand better. Ben, for crossing out the name and then right the end. I don't get it. Please explain to me why you did this next episode. Thank you.
Look, I'm gonna have to kill Laura.
Laura. She already voted out. What's the point?
No, but I just don't understand. Like, I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I don't know. I think that it is sort of like from other people applying and stuff like that. Like, just to go there to say you don't want to play, to me is like frustrating, and I feel sorry for everyone that couldn't get to play because of that. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion. I don't know what happened. But just going from like a viewer point, that's to me that's a killable offense. I have no like bad blood for her or anything like that, but just from that choice, not a fan.
I hope she feels better now.
I hope she's better though. I do hope she's better, and I hope I just can't get over that. To me, that's like quitting in my eyes, and I see quitting as a really bad thing.
So Daniel was right.
Yeah.
It's good that she showed up. Yes.
Yeah, it's good that she showed up. I do feel. I hope she's okay.
She'll be almost a year now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's fine now. It's been a year. That's very true.
I think that's it.
Not yesterday.
But hopefully next week we'll be back on Wednesday. Hopefully the scheduling will work out. So we'll see you guys on Wednesday next. Not coming. What day is that?
Look, that's a good date. I think it's the 2nd. Yeah.
Okay, 2nd of March. See you guys the 2nd of March. With the recent next boot. Hopefully.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully it's somebody from Red.
Yeah, please. Just fucking throw the challenge, seriously.
Somebody on Red lose on purpose.
Lose, please.
Yes, I want to see chaos. I want to see what happens with Isaac. I want to know what happened with Isaac's stray vote, like on Ash. Like that was so rando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see. I want to more explore. I want to explore that tribe.
Wouldn't it be good if we spoke to Keegan? Like, wouldn't that be like the big shock vote out? Like,
I feel like he's been marked. People are like, yeah, I'm marked.
Oh yeah, he's definitely marked. There's no way he's going to be
marked.
Sorry, Keegan. All right,
you're going down soon.
Sorry, Keegan. I don't have high hopes. But yeah, I think Brad is still our number one pick to win, both of us, I think so. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thanks everyone for listening.
I'll see you guys on the 2nd of March.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.